the right thing to do is to give credit to Utah State. They're a very good opponent. From a standpoint of blocking and defense, it was one of the better teams we played this year, if not the best, especially defensively. And I'm watching my team wondering if we are not hitting with enough heat early in this match. You know what I mean? Are we just not hitting hard enough, whatever? It was a tough match. It was a tough match for Marley, but I'm sure she'll bounce back for this. Kelsey Snyder got hurt a couple days ago in practice, and I think it's still bothering her. She wasn't getting any heat on the ball, so we put Acacia in, and that was probably the turning point of the match. You know, the first set, it may see the person, a layman watching that may think, oh, Colorado State's playing good. We really weren't. Utah State gave us a ton of points. I think 14 points off either blocks, hits, or serving errors. And so we hit very poorly in that first set and still won easily, and that's like the curse, because now your team doesn't really have a feel for what it's going to take to compete. And then Utah State came out, didn't make any mistakes in the second set, and did a nice job and beat us handily. And, you know, we felt like we just got to be more terminal as attackers. We got to try to understand what they're doing blocking-wise. And then, you know, we kept the third set close and blocked well at the end of the set. And, you know, you have 16.5 blocks. That's a good match. That's good numbers for 4. But I still, as I watched our team today, I thought, when they were in system, we didn't block very well against certain players, which we got to go back and work on. But overall, it was pretty good. I thought we handled the right side attack by them pretty well. You know, I just think, and we played defense well at times, well enough to win. And then Acacia made a huge difference. She was extremely terminal for us. They had no answer for her, and it kind of reminds me of practice sometimes for us, because we have no answer for her sometimes. But you know, so that match, a lot of it was kind of a blur just going by me, and I thought, you know, our team competed well at critical times, and especially considering, you know, our outside hitting combined attack percentage was pretty low. Our overall hitting was pretty low, but you know, we did some other things pretty well.
It's kind of what we expected from conference play. Maybe not the low hitting percentage, but just in terms of the type matches you're on out.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, that's who we're going to have to play, teams like this who understand us and what we do because of film. And Utah State's well coached. They do some. I think they do what they call a bunch and swing blocking scheme, and it's like they stay in the middle and they jump and try to get to everything, and they do a really good job with it. And we did find ways to get openings in it, but then their defense was digging. You know what I mean? It was really a tough team to kill balls against, and you know, Acacia went over them, which is something they really don't have a defense for. So, anyway, it was a good match. I thought that was a good, entertaining match for people to watch, and glad we won.
How nice is it to be able to go to the bench and find somebody like Acacia to give you an effort like that when you really need it?
It's so nice. Really nice.
Really great.
It's so
great. Can you
so great?
That's my Acacia impression.
So you don't always get that off your bench when you bring somebody in.
I don't always. I mean, sometimes it's a roll of the dice, you know. But everyone on our team has seen her play really good offensively. Okay, blocking, she still needs some work, but offensively, she can really get it done, and she just has to get in a rhythm with whatever setter she's working with, and that happened tonight for us, and she's good, and that's just a little glimpse into the future of this kid, because she's going to get the whole game at some point, and then she'll be feared. They'll have to game plan for her.
Drew, can you talk, how frustrating is it to hit against a team like that got tough digs on you all night long?
It's a little frustrating because when you go up to hit and you think it's a good swing and they dig it, they
played great defensively though, and so I think we just have to like stay in the match and be ready for them to give the ball back. And I think that's what we did in the third and fourth set, way better than we did in the second set.
Acacia played 2 matches where you played significant amount of minutes that really come through. You like getting this little taste for the rest of your, the future of your career to come up big early on?
I love it. I love being on that court.
Why do you think you come in and provide such a spark?
It's different. I think maybe that they had scouted Kelsey, and I came in and they had nothing on me. So it was exciting, and I was glad I could step in at the right time.
I guess that's a different kind of role than you're used to probably back in high school.
Yeah. Just like a couple thousand fans.
You being more the bench player than the starter. That's what I'm guessing. You didn't do that as much in high school.
I wasn't much on the bench, so.
How crucial was that third set? You didn't lead until 23-22, and they had momentum, and you guys were able to steal it from them late. How big a set was that for a team? As successful as you've been, to win a match like that when you're challenged at home?
That was a huge turnaround for us, especially being behind up until the end. And actually, we're out on the court, and Jamie goes, "This is red zone now," which means when it's 20-20, it's at the end. And we practice that in practice, and we're getting better at that. So I think it really changed how we played in the fourth game because we had momentum going into it because of those 2 blocks at the end that got us the win.
Did you make adjustments because you didn't block very well in the second set? You came out and blocked pretty well. Did you make adjustments, or was it just that you did things right the final 2 sets?
We made a couple adjustments. Didn't we move angle more on a couple of kids?
Yep.
And we did some of that stuff, but we were getting the blocks. I thought we got the blocks against their right side attack, and then we were getting blocks on the late forming stuff when they thought they had the line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we blocked a ton of balls they were getting in the angle. That's why I felt like we should have blocked more. But whatever, we got 16.5 blocks. That's a lot of blocks.
Mm-hmm.
They hit lower numbers than I thought. What I think is that I go through this match and I get irritated and frustrated with the other team's good defense, just like our team does. And then I tell my team, we got to be patient, don't get frustrated with it. But I don't want to sit there going, wow, I can't believe you're digging all these balls. And they're blocking us, and then they're slowing us down. So then I get the feeling that team is killing us offensively, but they really weren't.
Could all 3 of you talk about the peak out atmosphere, like how dedicated the guy fans have to be to paint RAMS on their chest?
I think it's awesome having a crowd so dedicated to, a pink out, which is breast cancer awareness. Like, it just shows that we have support behind us and that, our community really supports it, so.
And that's how it is, like, every home match. Like, every home match, those guys have Rams painted on their chest, and it's just a great atmosphere to play in and to be able to be a part of.
Yeah, I feel like we're super lucky because a lot of gyms that we go into, they'll have a couple hundred fans, but when we come in here, we know we're going to have our core fan base.
You never know when you're going to get called on. But what's the key? When you've come off the bench this year, you've played really well. There's got to be something that you're mentally, how you're keeping up in a match, how you're keeping things with it, so when you are called on, you do perform the way you have.
I kind of envision like I'm going to go in at any point, so I'll figure out what the middles are blocking, what Kelsey and Sam are blocking, what blocking scheme they're using, who's in the front row, like what balls are going to which people. So I just feel like sometimes, or most of the time, I just am ready to go in like at any point. So you're more engaged in the game instead of just sitting there as a spectator.
So you're kind of you're mentally playing, watching what, okay.
Yeah.